Hello, and welcome to Carson and Talie's first audio and visual communication thing. Game, playthrough, walkthrough. We're gonna play a game, we're gonna talk. And it sounds like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, something along those lines.
So,
do we need, like, really great code names, too?
Oh, we definitely need really great code names. Babe, they're gaming handles.
Yeah.
We get to have, like, wicked, sick gaming handles.
Yeah, but we should, I want to be as cool as Sean Den.
You could go with Black Cellar. That's pretty cool.
I could go with Black Cellar.
Are you Black Cellar?
That sounds a little, I mean, if it's not written out, like, C-E-L-L, not like...
Yeah, alright. Pick another one. Yeah. I don't know, I just thought it was cool.
One that is not the bottle of wine I'm currently drinking.
Oh yeah, there will be drinking and smoking and a few other who knows what now.
Yeah, because marijuana is legal in Canada and we are taking advantage of that.
Woohoo! So, it's just a test run. We're just going to be playing some Dead Space. I'm already way deep into the campaign. So we're just going to jump right into the middle of it, because why not? Dead Space is a horror video game, and it kind of just caught my eye because I like sci-fi and horror, and Talie really likes horror, and sometimes sci-fi too.
Yeah, I'm definitely a huge horror fan. Many years, beyond Tuesday, and sci-fi also thing.
And this looks pretty brutal, so yeah, we're just going to jump right in. Continue my existing game. So I'm somewhere around halfway through this game, I think. I've gotten through at least about a half of the ship, as far as I can see from the overmap between levels.
Mm-hmm. So this game came out in 2008.
Very good year.
A fine vintage for video games. Maybe I should look up what else came out that year.
So, I don't know what I'm doing because I haven't played this in a while, but there is a handy little button that you can press. It's Control on my keyboard. I think that's the default key binding, and it basically gives you a little, here, go this way, dummy, which is very useful when you haven't played the game in a while, let me tell you. So this is the pulse rifle, which is the main gun that I'm going to be using probably most of the time, if I can get the ammo for it. But I also have access to my plasma cutter, which can switch orientations. And I've got the ever lovely Ripper, which is basically a saw gun. It like shoots a saw and it floats telekinetically in the air and you can move it around, which is kind of cool. And then the last one is the line gun, which is basically just a bigger plasma cutter. It's mostly just useful for bosses. So I'll be sticking with probably plasma cannon and Ripper for most of this. But it is sometimes nice to just use the basic plasma cannon. Like if you get handy with it, you can just for creatures. Okay, so let's go this way then.
Did you ever play System Shock?
I played a little bit of the first System Shock. Oh, okay then. I'm just gonna stomp you just to be safe.
The subject is offline for some reason, Isaac. I'll see if I can run a bypass.
Okay, she's gonna try and run a bypass.
So, a fun fact, Dead Space originally was supposed to be System Shock number 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So System Shock came out in '94 and was a single person, like first person perspective action adventure kind of game, futuristic sort of sci-fi type deal set in 2072. Another one of those like evil corporation we're in the space station belonging to them.
Oh shit! Wasn't paying attention. Let me just fix this. So it is always better to shoot the limbs of these creatures. The way this game works is basically on the demon. Or you can freeze them a little bit. See, if you're handy with the plasma gun, you can basically goddamn limbs. Pick up some plasma energy. Yeah, this game isn't exactly like... Oh. Or what have you sold? Oh. There you go. Let me just make double triple sure. There we go, get some money. So yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that you're part of a corporation, but that isn't really made clear. I mean, it's got USG Ishimura. I assume that might be the company. But it's not entirely clear. We watched the movie before we started this game.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we did.
And I believe it's like a religious quest, kind of like there's a company, but there's also a huge religious aspect to this.
It's a mining company on a faraway planet, and there's this religious sort of sect that does these flying bat things exist on this planet. But there's a new religion that I should probably look up.
Had to be slow on the draw there. Come on, there we go. I got a medium med pack out of it, that's not bad. Yeah, so we've got, the typical sci-fi, cyberpunk, corporate dystopia thing going on here. Teamwork, improved safety. I see a lot of those kinds of things at my job. All the corporations seem to love their,
Right?
Teamwork is safety. Yeah, unless it gets in the way of profits.
So the Dead Space movie is called Downfall, or Dead Space Downfall.
It's a prequel, right?
It is a prequel, yeah, so it's what happens to cause us to be in the situation that we're in now.
Right, because I show up...
Dr. Kai, what the hell are you doing? Get back! Come any closer and I'll shoot him. Give me the access codes to the cargo bay. You idiot! This is processing. Why the hell would I have codes to cargo? Don't lie to me. I'm sick of everyone lying to me. It is imperative that I get the marker. Give me those codes. I don't have them. Is this what you did to the captain? Go on. Shoot me if you've got the balls. Idiot! It's the only way to stop it. The only way to end it. He's completely lost it. Somebody call security.
You are not
Okay, so that is our dog behind us. She gets wolfy sometimes.
She will be here for the duration. You're welcome.
Yes, she'll be commenting on our play and remarking if I do things wrong.
Yeah,
with
she
wolves.
will.
Unfortunately, I can't pick up this gold semiconductor, which is just, unfortunate because they're worth a crap ton of money, but my inventory's full as always. So let's see if I can use something. I could use a medium med pack. I have enough of them to clear up a slot, but a medium med pack heals like half your health almost, I think.
While you decide on that, here's the plot of the Dead Space movie. So there's something called the Church of Unitology, and it uses its influence to send a particular mining ship, the USG Ishimura, to retrieve this holy relic. So there are miners, and they basically pull this holy relic out of the ground. And as this is happening, there's the colony and the ship. People start to, a la like Ghost of Mars, John Carpenter style, go a little nuts. Start self-mutilating.
Oh, that was a good movie.
That was a great movie. We watched that not that long ago. But yeah, so they start self-mutilating and talking about how they really, really want everyone's bodies. And they will have them. So this sort of...
So they're like spirits, right?
Yeah, in a sense. And so what you end up seeing is that kind of weird bat type creature from before comes in, and you'll find a dead body, much like this one, and it will...
This might be a specialty one.
Speak to you?
Maybe?
Okay, not anymore.
Optimus brain cell.
I see that. So those bat creatures would go up to dead bodies and stick them with the proboscis.
Like you saw a little earlier in this video, it was trying to do that to one of them, and it basically brings them back from the dead, kind of, or mutates the remaining life material into a new creature.
Yeah, it turns them into those weird things where you're trying to cut all the limbs off, and they've got these kind of weird scythe hands. They kind of look like fleshy scythers, you know, scythe of the Pokemon. Scyther. That one. So.
Oh, yeah, that's telekinesis. That's pretty cool.
Oh, good. Is there any religious aspect in the game so far that you've noticed?
Not yet, but I don't think I'm far enough through. So in the movie, you find what's called the relic, which is what they were mining for on this planet. This is a mining ship, and it was tasked with extracting, like, basically one of the ice caps, I think, or a big chunk of the planet anyway. And you
For
kind
the
of, like,
marker, which is this large stone, large ancient stone thing, very a la In the Tall Grass, Stephen King book. So this relic, they remove a huge chunk of the ground as well as this relic and bring it onto the ship. And all of this weird, strange mutant zombie activity starts to happen. And I guess they assume that it's because of the relic that this is happening. But eventually they come to realize that the relic is the thing that has been keeping where they were.
okay, yeah.
And now that they've removed the relic, the creatures and all the people that comes with them is now coming out behind them. And has now started to attack the mining colony, and then gets to the ship.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it almost kind of seems like it's like a spirit. Like, I'm wondering if they're trying to smash spirituality and plague together as like a spiritual plague, like as in this resource extractive framework of capitalist super companies is
that really
a
you?
spiritual plague in and of itself, which will reap its own reward.
It feels like it's been so long. But I can help you now. Come with me.
Oh yeah, you seem like you're going to be lots of help. Got some pulse rounds, that's cool. But I can't pick them up because my inventory's still friggin' full because I can't find a good place to sell things at. Let's see if my map can tell me store. I need a store, and there are 100% no stores down here. Oh, God.
Are you able to just drop things?
I can.
Okay. I mean, not
But
that
I
you
mean,
want to, but can you?
I will have to go back upstairs to, I think, the 3rd floor to get a, yeah. Well, I'll just finish this part. At least it'll give me lots of plasma rounds to come back to if I need it. Oh, I got some pick these up. Yes, that's not a... Oh, I need to check my controls as well really quick. I always forget one thing. TK module is... and stasis gun is... Right,
The beacon's
stasis
in the
gun
storage room next
is
to you.
great.
I think I could disable the lock from here. Hold on.
It's great because you can freeze enemies in place. I should probably move to the wall here because I bet you're gonna like crawl out of the wall or something. They always do. Nice convenient vents there. One of these has got to... Oh no, come on! Oh my god. Fine. I hate having to use that though. I resent that. No. I earned credits, yes. Ran out of sound. Oh no. I've run out of bullets. I have no more rounds. I have some more.
Okay, the door's unlocked.
But yeah, so
I can't get over to
is
you, but I'll find a way.
gonna be an issue if we don't have any sound.
I love you.
My little mini speaker just ran out of battery.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. We had technical difficulties. Mostly that my speaker shut down because it's a Bluetooth speaker and I forgot to charge it. Oh, hey, there was some ammo. That made the end of that fight a lot harder than it needed to be. Okay, so there's nothing else in this room? Well, there's another room over there, but I want to go back and grab those rounds. Because I was pretty low on ammo, and that was pretty frustrating. But let's go back and see what we can find here. Good news is we'll be able to pick up that other thing on the way back. Oh, what's this? Is it a power nodes? Power nodes are awesome. So power nodes allow you to upgrade your equipment. It's a bit of an odd system, but...
Isaac. Hey, I lost your signal for a while. You had me worried. I see you've got the beacon, so head for the mining bay and attach it to the asteroid. I've been running trajectory calculations, and if we launch soon, there's a good chance the asteroid can reach a safe distance to begin transmitting. Still no sign of Hammond. In his state, I can't imagine he's still alive.
Well, I picked up a schematic for a level 4 suit and upgrade to my existing bio suit, which will give me, I think, more armor and jazz and things. I picked up a power node, so it'll allow me to upgrade. I got some ammo, so we're doing good hands. Find any more hot informations?
I was looking up in the movie.
Oh yeah, tell us more about the movie. Was it done by the same people, or was it like a studio that they hired to do it for them?
Oh, hey. So... Huh. So the movie that we saw actually came out in 2008 with but in 2011 there was Dead Space 2, and they released another movie, Dead Space Aftermath.
Oh, okay. We might have to watch it. I mean, I guess that means we have to buy it. maybe I can hit it from over here. Okay. So did the was it the same people that made it, or was it like
yeah,
a
it was
studio?
released with the first game.
Okay.
And then Dead Space Aftermath was released with the second one.
Okay. But what I mean is, like, did the people who made the video games make the movie, or what? Did they hire an external studio to do it? Can I click on this? Yes.
Yeah, it was developed with EA, so they brought an outside animation company in to work with EA.
Oh, okay. Well, it turned out really good considering it was made by EA, just like this game. I once toured EA Studios in Montreal, actually. I was there for a computer programming conference from university. We got to go through their offices.
How's that?
Yeah, that was okay. Honestly, I heard way too many nasty industry stories about what it's like to work for EA, to want to ever work there. Also, I don't know, I never really, I guess, directed myself towards game design. Maybe I should have, or like game programming, but I don't know if that would be any more interesting than what I do. Now that we've got those things, let's go back to B deck, because that is where the store will be, and I can finally offload a few of these things. That would be nice. Is there a third Dead Space now, or is there only the first two? Actually, don't know how this game ends, so... take that money, yeah. Safety begins with teammates. Watch each other's back.
Dead Space Extraction came out in 2009. Dead Space 2 came out in 2011. So Dead Space Extraction came out for the Wii, which was a prequel to Dead Space.
Okay.
Dead Space 2 came out in 2011. Dead Space 3 was the most recent one, and it came out in 2013. And so then they did Downfall, which is the movie that we saw with the first game, and then Aftermath, which is the movie that came out with Dead Space 2. They were working on a live-action feature based on the game, intended to bridge the gap between the two.
Oh.
EA, apparently, according to Wikipedia, will produce the film with Temple Hill partners Marty Bowen and Wick Godfrey.
Okay.
They also have a Dead Space comic, which is a prequel to Extraction, which is a prequel to the game.
Lots of prequeling going on here.
A novel was released based on the series Dead Space based on the thing called Dead Space Mars in 2010. And it gives more information on the church and the discovery of the Black Hole. Two books, rather.
Two books? Okay. Oh, I might wanna...
This is Temple. I found Elizabeth, but there isn't a single space-worthy vessel in the whole goddamn bay.
Jacob, hurry up! We need to find a beacon.
There's gotta be one around here somewhere.
Yeah. I have not read the books. I wonder what kind of backstory that gives. I don't know much about the extended universe at all, really.
The book follows a geophysicist named Michael Altman, who's the founder of the Church of Unitology, and he apparently makes a key discovery which leads to the whole thing.
Okay. And the Unitologists
are the religious folk in this.
Right. Do we know any more about them? Like, from the movie, it was basically like they're a religion that is now on Earth, and they believe something. It's not quite really ever explored. But they also have these they have these like religious symbols that look like the icons. So that makes me think that like they've already encountered these things once before, but then why wouldn't they know to avoid it if they did? It's all very confusing. See if there's maybe a wiki.
About the Church of Unitology.
Well, about Dead Space. I think there's a Dead Space wiki which might have more information. Okay, I'm supposed to go back this way, but I want to sell my stuff. So how am I going to get lost here? If I just go and follow this, I'll go right past the store, I guess. Okay. Do that.
Oh, hey, look. Ricky has some interesting trivia, apparently. Who is Nicole in this game?
She might be that blonde-haired lady that's been helping me out. Honestly, I have a really tough time remembering names. It is not easy for me, so
Let's go back
there
to
are
characters.
characters.
Let me read about the characters.
Single blade, chopped to pieces.
Alright, so we play as the protagonist, Isaac Clarke.
Isaac.
The main character of the game. Isaac was a ship systems specialist and an engineer traveling aboard the USG Kellyan to investigate and repair the USG Ishimura, accompanied by 3 security personnel and a computer specialist. Unfortunately for them, they are thrust into the middle of the nightmare that the Ishimura became after the happenings of the Dead Space movie, the very first movie.
Right, so like my characters kind of show up as a like what the hell happened to this ship mission.
Yes.
And the whole thing is just like dead when you get there, and you crash into the ship for some reason I don't remember, and you basically just start discovering the horror. So
Clark is also trying to find his girlfriend Nicole, who is the senior medical officer assigned to the Ishimura, whose fate was unknown at the start of the game. Throughout the game, Isaac stumbles across a conspiracy involving the Church of Unitology, the government, and a realm of possibilities, apparently. Let's read a little bit more about the Church of Unitology. Wow, that's an incredibly... the symbol is very...
vaginal, I believe.
Yes,
term.
yes.
The word itself makes some men uncomfortable.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Absolutely. Okay.
So Unitology is a religion and an antagonist faction officially founded on the discoveries of Michael Altman. They adamantly believe that the human race was created by intelligent design of a divine alien agency and will be reunified after death in heaven through the power of a sacred artifact known as the Marker. The promise of the Church of Unitology is one of transformation and rebirth. The scriptural message is poetic, elusive, and unscientific despite their claimed origins in a secret research project. And it embodies the abandonment of reason for the profession of unwavering faith in the promise of the Marker. Much of the detail about the Church's inner workings remain undisclosed to outsiders and most adherents. Michael Ullman, known as the Reluctant Prophet, was not a believer in Unitology, nor did he found the religion. He was the only scientist at the... Oh, wow, I can't pronounce that.
Chicxulub, I think? Something like that?
Yeah.
Chicxulub, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, okay.
So what happened at the Chicxulub crater?
He was the only scientist who was quote-unquote immune or had a stronger resistance to the Marker's dead loved ones' messages. He was able to acknowledge that the hallucinations were not real and was never fully driven to suicide or madness like the others around him. Because of his resistance, the people being manipulated by illusions of departed friends and family saw him as one the Marker speaks to, the Prophet. He refused to believe in such nonsense, and after repeated attempts...
Sorry, I started it. Oh no, it's a tax log. You can go. Yeah, sorry.
and after repeated attempts... Where did that go? To sabotage the project, he was murdered. His image was used to posthumously promote the Unitology message until the history books stated that he was indeed the great founder. It's a good example of how history is not always accurate.
Don't call me. Alright. So, we've got some ammo, and I don't have enough money for the level 4 suit design, so we're just going to keep going. So the Unitology church is creepy, and it doesn't say where it came out of, eh? Just like, is a thing.
Well, it comes from what Michael Altman discovered. He was a scientist. Sorry. And they were working in this crater, and he began to suffer from regular nightmares and headaches.
Fail-safe on the processing control door.
Before,
it won't open until gravity is restored.
finding a
But you can't turn on the gravity until those boulders are cleared from the room. Maybe you can dump them into that gravity beam with your kinesis gun.
Gravity being important in this, he discovered a strange gravitational field within what they were working on.
Okay.
And that led him to, I assume, discovering the marker. But he was the only one who was able to get close to it without having to suffer all the nightmares and issues that other people did.
Okay. Maybe it's some kind of like resistance or something. Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess I gotta go.
The creatures you're fighting are, as a whole, called necromorphs, but there is a breakdown of necromorphs.
So I can like, if this is a zero gravity situation, and I can like just jump from side of the room to side of the room. I've got like magnetic boots on or something. So now I can get over here and get that.
Gravity must be restored before accessing the control room.
Okay, very interesting.
Reminder. Gravity must be restored before access destroyed. Reminder. Gravity must be restored before accessing the control room. Thank you.
The way that the aim works in this game is really like sluggish on purpose in order to make it difficult to aim. So if you notice me struggling to like pinpoint on these things, that's why. Okay.
Anomaly destroyed.
So, some trivia about Michael Altman, just for funsies. Apparently Michael is, comes from Hebrew and means who is like God. And in the Old German, Altman means old or wise man. So, Michael Altman is the old man or the wise man who is like God.
Reminder. Gravity must be restored before accessing the control room. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he's the main protagonist in Dead Space Murder, which is the prequel novel, the first of the novels to everything.
Okay. savior or something?
No, I think they go back and re-edit that after. He's just the scientist that discovers this thing, and then he kind of massage history as time goes on.
Okay.
Gravity must be restored before access
Apparently, he may have been modeled after the leader of the Heaven's Gate cult, Marshall Applewhite.
Oh, remind us, what is the Heaven's Gate called? That's like the Japanese one? Or?
No, one of the Japanese cults. Now I can't remember.
Is that the one that did the sarin gas?
The Japanese cult did that. Yes, they were. I'll look them up in a second.
I'm not sure if that's synonymous with Heaven's Gate. But...
No, Heaven's Gate did not do the sarin gas.
Oh, which one was Heaven's Gate?
So Heaven's Gate was the American UFO religious millenarian cult based in California. In 1974, it was led by Marshall Applewhite, who died in 1979, along with all of the others who were involved at the time, because they died of a big old mass suicide. Not quite out of mass suicide.
Okay, so they were a millennial cult? Does that mean that, like, they were like,
No,
this is the turn of the millennium?
No, the term was, it was a millenarian cult.
Millenarian, sorry, I got that wrong.
It's,
a millenarian cult?
Millenarium is the belief by a religious, social, or political group or movement in a coming fundamental transformation of society after which all things will be changed.
Right. Okay. So like, but it's this one's about UFOs.
Yeah. The Hale-Bopp comet. When that came around.
When I was a kid.
So when that comes around. So in October 1996, they rented a large home, and then in March of 97, Applewhite started to talk about mass suicide, saying it was the only way to evacuate the Earth.
That seems like the opposite of an evacuation.
But there was a spaceship trailing the Hale-Bopp comet.
Of course.
That
hidden in the debris that streams behind the asteroid.
Yes, and so the mass suicide was in order for them to reach that.
That seems like an indirect route.
Well, I mean, you know.
Is this also religious in nature, or like I assume?
I mean, it is in that. Ocean Rikyo, by the way, is the cult with the sarin gas. There
oh, right.
I can talk about cults for many hours.
Okay, so this one was a Christian cult, though, or more of like a secular, like conspiracy theory aliens cult?
That's the key, I think.
Well, Marshall
It'll get
Applewhite.
you into the control room so you can launch the asteroid. Don't forget to attach the beacon first. I read another report on the colonist dementia. It seemed to start after they removed the marker from the planet. God knows how long it was down there.
Applewhite was the son of a Presbyterian minister. When began his foray into biblical prophecy in the 70s. So it probably has some heavy religious aspects, but it's mostly about UFOs and conspiracy.
No, maybe like lost his faith in God and found faith instead in like the notion of aliens or something. I'm never quite clear on how that kind of a thing operates.
It's hard to know. I mean, I could read through this a bit more, but so unlike Jonestown, where everyone there either drank or was forced to drink Flavor Aid, not Kool-Aid, Flavor Aid because it's cheaper. The members of Heaven's Gate mixed phenobarbital with applesauce or pudding and drank vodka to wash it down. And then they secured plastic bags around their heads to induce asphyxiation.
They put on their space helmets.
Basically, yes. There were 39 of them.
It must have been a funny scene to walk into.
I mean, it's a whole bunch of corpses, so maybe not funny.
I mean funny as in the like unused
yes.
Like,
yep.
hilarious.
Mass cult suicide is generally unusual.
Yeah.
39 new currents, 21 women and 18 men between the ages of 20 and 72.
Oh, it's gender parity. Wow, isn't that progressive?
They're believed to have died in 3 groups over 3 successive days, with remaining participants cleaning up after each prior group's death.
How conscientious.
Right? They occurred in groups of 15, 15, and 9.
15, and 9.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Uhura, the character from Star Trek.
Right.
The actress who played Uhura, her name is Nichelle Nichols.
Right, yeah.
One of the dead, one of the 39 dead of Heaven's Gate, was her brother.
Oh, shit.
Thomas Nichols.
Stuck, actually. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. In that, I am unable to get off the AIMBO for some reason. I don't know why that is. But that's going to have to probably be the end of our video while I figure that out. So yeah, that's a good first test out. And hopefully we'll review this and it won't suck as much as we fear that it does. So we'll see you next time on Talie and Carson Do a Thing.
We need better names.
Wait, we gotta get, I forgot, we have to have secret handles. Secret handles.
Secret handles and a better name.
And a better name. You're absolutely right.